Hail and well met. Welcome back to the Great Hall of Lore and Legend. I'm your host, the Lore Knight. Today we're talking about crazy Skeleton Crew fan theories, and there are some crazy ones out there, but the craziest one is probably mine. And I haven't seen it out there yet, so I think I'm the first one to say it. I will let you know what that is later on in the video, but first we're going to speak of the other fan theories. First up, there's this wild story that our crew might be descendants of ancient Jedi lost to time. They're out there navigating the stars with some old school Jedi knowledge, hunting down relics of their ancestors. I don't give this theory much credence as they don't seem like Jedi. They don't seem force sensitive. I think they like to play like they're Jedi and imagine they are, like all of us, but I don't think that they are descendants of ancient Jedi. I think they're just kids on an adventure, which is kind of the point of the show. It's supposed to be like Goonies in space. Then there's this darker twist where some think the crew actually is a cover for a secret Sith plot. Each member could be a sleeper agent, their memories wiped clean, just waiting for the dark side to call them back. I don't know about you, but I don't think children of that age would have time to become a Sith sleeper agent unless they were, chosen at birth. It seems like their parents have a close eye on them on the planet At-Atin. It's a fun theory, but I don't think that one's true either. The Sith are gone. They died with Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine. I think the Emperor would have known about another Sith running around the galaxy and turning kids into Sith sleeper agents. Here's another one. One theory says that Skeleton Crew isn't even a crew at all, but one person split through time by some crazy force experiment. Each member is just a part of one soul, all trying to piece themselves back together. That's probably the craziest one, the craziest theory that's not mine. That one goes into some deep lore. That one reminds me of Harry Potter and the Horcruxes, and I don't think they're doing that either. That would be very hard to explain in more of a popcorn-like Star Wars TV show, and that's what this show is. They're not going to go that deep into it. That's a fun one, though. Really doesn't make any sense. This show is directed more at kids, and I don't think kids would understand that. Here's the next one, and I do like this one. The crew stumbles upon a star forge, a relic from the Old Republic, hidden away in the Outer Rim. This thing could make ships or even life, setting up an epic battle for control over creation. If they brought elements from the Old Republic like the Star Forge in, that would be insane. And it would make way for an Old Republic trilogy, which would be amazing. Of course, every Star Wars fan wants an Old Republic trilogy. We all want it. But are they going to give it to us? No. They're not that smart or intelligent. They're not that creative. So Disney's probably not going to do that because it makes the most sense. And if you don't know what a Starforge is, here is the description from Wikipedia. The Starforge was a giant automated shipyard designed to create the most powerful army of all time. It was constructed by the Rakatan Infinite Empire in 30,000 BBY, 5,000 years before the rise of the Galactic Republic. The Starforge drew energy and matter from a nearby star, which then combined with the power of the Force was capable of creating an endless supply of ships, droids, and other war material. The Rakata, also known as the Builders, constructed the massive space station through the use of slaves from many subject worlds. This technological marvel came at a terrible cost as the Rakata were by nature a cruel and savage species deeply enmeshed in the dark side of the Force. The Starforge began feeding off these negative traits inherent in its creators. As a result, the Starforge became an immense tool for dark side power. The Starforge, now a fusion of technology and dark side energies, began corrupting the Rakata in order to gain the immense power it required to operate itself, and ultimately caused the collapse of the Rakata Empire. Aware of the semi-living superpower's ability to corrupt its users, Darth Revan limited this contact with the dark side artifact to avoid allowing it to control him as it did the Rakatas. I think as much as Star Wars fans want epic elements from the Old Republic and we want Darth Revan, Darth Malak, we want to see them. We want to see them on the screen. Still a fun theory nonetheless. These stories really push the boundaries of what we think is possible in the Star Wars universe, whether they're true or just fan fiction. So now it's time for my fan theory. Now this is just a theory, it's not a prediction. I would love to make a prediction here, but in the past I've overestimated the intelligence and creativity of these studios to actually make something like really cool that the fans would love. This is just a fan theory of mine, not a prediction. Again, But if it comes true, again, it's going to be the craziest thing to happen to Star Wars. They're going to use it to go back and fix what they did to Star Wars, I believe, because I think they know that they made a mistake. I think they know that they shouldn't have killed off Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia like that. I don't think they're done with Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia either. I think they're still talking about recasting them. In my Ray video, I talk about how Disney could fix Star Wars very, very easily using the world between worlds. Now, I believe that the Skeleton Crew time traveled to the future. Why do I say that? Well, I have evidence. That first starport they stopped at with all the pirates and aliens, as you know, the one alien, when he saw their Republic credits, said, "Where did you get those old Republic credits in mint condition?" You could say, well, it's on a hidden planet, but they would have been circulating these old Republic credits for centuries, right? Because that planet's supposed to be hidden away for centuries from the old Republic, and it wouldn't be in mint condition anymore. They would have passed around the same money over and over again. The money still would have gotten old. Things like that. There's a limited supply of money on that planet, and that was a brand new Old Republic credit. If that's not enough for you, here's another reason why I believe they time traveled. This is probably the best evidence I have. In episode 4, they used the coordinates that the Owl Lady Kim gave them to Atatin. They landed on a planet called Akron that suspiciously looks exactly like the planet that they came from. Everything's the same, the buildings, the roads, except it's degraded like a planet should look from the Old Republic that hasn't been touched for many, many millennia. I don't believe in coincidence. The kids were even walking through the streets and saying, "Hey, that looks just like my school. Hey, this looks just like my house." Now, it could be a different planet called Akron, another jewel of the Old Republic. I don't believe in coincidence. It looked too similar to Atatin. The fact that Kim sent them to the coordinates of Atatin, and they just happened to land on a planet that looks just like Atatin, and it's also a jewel of the Old Republic, tells me that, in fact, they are on Atatin, but in the future. Now, we'll see if this comes true, and that would be amazing. And what that would mean for Star Wars is that they're using time travel now. It hasn't been introduced in Star Wars yet. Again, like I said in my Ray video, Ray will save the Star Wars franchise video. I believe they're going to use some kind of time travel like the World Between Worlds or time travel itself to go back and fix what they did to Luke Skywalker in particular. They knew they screwed up with that. If they did that, I believe it could bring back many old fans. I mean, The Last Jedi happened, and then we got that scene with Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian, and all the fans loved it. Everybody loved that scene. I think they can do that with the movies as well. They can bring Luke back. They can do something to fix the mistakes that they made in the past. They know it's a mistake because they were making fun of themselves in the Star Wars Lego TV show that just came out. I'm hoping that it is time travel because it would all be going back to my theory of how they're going to save Star Wars. Watch the Ray video if you haven't yet, and let me know what you think. Anyway, what did you think of these fan theories? What do you think of my fan theory? I'm interested to see what you think about that. There's just too many coincidences in this show to make that planet not at Aten. While watching the first episode, I thought right away, as soon as they left the planet and went to the space pirate port, and the alien was like, "Where did you get that Old Republic in mint condition?" I thought time travel. I thought they time traveled right away. But I was like, oh no, I guess it's just a lost planet. But why would a lost planet that no one comes in or out of have new things like new money, new ways to make money? I don't know. Why would they be minting new money in that world? There's just too many questions right now. Let me know what you think, though. What's your fan theory? Let me know in the comments. Let's get a discussion going. I'm going for a 500 sub goal here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 500 subs. Let's make this happen. I do enjoy reading every single comment, and let's talk about it. Anyway, let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you next time.